A very important aspect in relationships is common values. Because if you don't have common values, you will feel it after weeks, months, and for sure after years.
Values are core beliefs and principles that all of us live our life by. And so all of us have different types of values. One person might have freedom, honesty, generosity,
Venture.
spirituality. All of these different things are values. And these values really dictate how we live. So, for example, if I value freedom, I'm going to travel around. I'm going to not tie myself down. Maybe I won't buy a house, but I'll only rent. There's different things that this value really embodies in my day to day behavior. And similarly, someone else might have a different value. For example, if I have freedom and someone has something very different,
Family.
like family. And you can have freedom and family, but they can sometimes be conflicting. So, for example, if someone is really focused on building a family and another person wants freedom, that might not work out. That's going to be a value clash. And it's really important to understand early on what are your values and then understand how they work together.
And that's why aligning in the beginning, knowing what your values are, there will be some different, there will be an overlap, and really building these foundations together.
The way that you can really align on values is understanding what are my expectations in this relationship? What's really important to me? How do I live my life? And what beliefs do I hold really closely? And understanding also what's worked in past relationships and what hasn't. So we can look at past relationships and say, okay, I really valued this one thing, for example, generosity, but my ex partner was not generous. But it's really, really important to me to have generosity in my relationship. So now you know that you need to choose someone who also values generosity. And if someone doesn't value generosity, then you know that it's not the right relationship for you because you've learned from the past. So we can learn by looking intrinsically and seeing what's really important to us. But it's also important to look back on other past relationships to see what's worked and what hasn't to really uncover these values.
And an important factor as well is seeing, okay, what are my values and which values didn't I respect in the sake of love? Then you can look at the past and see, wow, in all these relationships, I didn't respect this value. And that's why it always ended up breaking up with these people. So this is also a good aspect to see, did I respect myself? Did I respect the values? And can I stop this in the future?
The reason why we care so much about values is that they've been backed by research. Gottman Institute and a lot of other researchers actually talk about how values are the biggest predictor of long lasting, healthy, and happy relationships. Sometimes you choose a relationship based on hobbies or shared interests or proximity or just similar life stage. We both want the same things right now. But the reality is, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, or even with family members, you want to make sure that you have the same core values. That is really what's going to enable a healthy and thriving relationship in the long term.
Voila.
So, values are just one element of this foundational work. We're also going to be talking about our love definitions and non negotiables and a lot of other really exciting and interesting things. So, stay tuned.
Bye bye.